The Higher Education Coordinating Board is accused of running 3 programs that unconstitutionally discriminate against Christian college students. This is Monday, November 17th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Welcome into Monday. Thanks for starting your week with the Texas Minute. Many Texans will see their electricity prices jump because of an expansion project that wasn't approved by the legislature. More on that story coming up. Attorney General Ken Paxton has filed a new lawsuit seeking to dismantle 3 state-run higher education programs that he says are unconstitutionally discriminating against religious students and faith-based organizations. The lawsuit is notable because Paxton is effectively taking a state agency to court. At issue are 3 programs administered by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. Paxton alleges that these programs contain non-sectarian restrictions that violate the First Amendment and improperly bar Christian ministries and religious students from participating in the taxpayer-funded benefits. Paxton argues these restrictions amount to a wholesale exclusion of otherwise qualified students and enterprises based solely on their religious character, something recent U.S. Supreme Court cases have repeatedly condemned. Boeing is being sued in Texas for assuring pilots that its 737 MAX aircraft didn't require specialized training. The lawsuit is being brought by the Dallas-based Southwest Airlines Pilots Association after the aircraft was grounded by the Federal Aviation Administration. Boeing began delivering the 737 MAX model of jetliners in 2017, marketing it as more fuel-efficient than previous iterations of the model. Southwest pilots agreed to fly the MAX based on Boeing's assertions that no further training was required. Shortly after the MAX began being delivered, there were 2 crashes within months of each other that killed nearly 400 people. Both crashes were reportedly caused by a new flight stabilizing feature that pilots hadn't been trained on. The Southwest pilots argue they were, quote, fraudulently induced by Boeing to fly the plane. When the FAA grounded the 737 MAX, Southwest had to cancel hundreds of flights and left those Southwest pilots without their wages. Oncor is the largest energy delivery company in Texas. New records show that it played a pivotal role in transforming a regional reliability project into a statewide mega expansion. Without legislative or public consent, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas approved the project in August. Energy policy experts say the project is expected to cost an estimated $200 per year for the average residential consumer in most parts of the state. Using legislation that was passed in 2023 designed only to strengthen the Permian Basin grid, records showed that the project was expanded at the behest of Oncor, Google, and others. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Every day I run into something that I'm dealing with a county judge.
Judge Bray recused himself, but as we'll soon see, he couldn't resist reinserting himself into the process.
Head over to TexasScorecard.com today to watch our latest documentary, Kicking the Circle.
A group representing alumni and school trustees is urging the governing boards at the Big Ten Athletic Conference universities to halt a proposed $2.4 billion equity deal between the conference and UC Investments. That's the investment arm of the University of California system. The American Council of Trustees and Alumni is raising concerns about transparency and oversight, calling for university regents and trustees to block any final vote on the transaction until their boards are fully informed and authorized participation. The widely reported transaction was proposed earlier this month that would see UC Investments acquire a 10% equity stake in a newly created business entity called Big Ten Enterprises. The arrangement effectively binds universities into the conference through 2046. The Alumni Council argues that the institution's governing boards, and not athletic directors, presidents, or chancellors, dealer should hold final authority over any future transactions involving monetization of university assets, including sports deals. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was produced by Riley Edwards and based on the original reporting of Brandon Waltons, Travis Morgan, Paige Field, and Daniel Greer. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Now let's go make it a great day.